So now we're going to make some cashew cheese. This is actually really simple. You do have to, it does take 2 days because you have to soak the cashews. I tend to soak them overnight. You have to soak them at least 4 hours. And then you need to let it sit for at least 10 hours with the probiotics so it kind of works magic and becomes more like cheese-like. So this was started yesterday and it will be finished tomorrow because I'll leave it out for about 24 hours. I've seen some instructions where you can leave it out up to 48. I've tried that, didn't work that well. Also, I've tried it with old acidophilus, did not work that well. So you want to try to use it with good or fresh probiotic capsules. What we're going to do is, I have 2 cups of cashews here. These are roasted and salted. I generally do raw cashews, but I wanted to try something different. With the raw cashews, I would also be adding salt. I think these should be okay without the salt. And then the juice of 2 lemons. And I don't get all fancy with the reamer. I just take my handy dandy strainer and just right over. If you want to be adventurous, maybe a lime. I've never done it with a lime, but that might be interesting. Maybe cilantro. The gel tabs of the... Now I'm going to pop the capsules. They also sell probiotics in powder form, where it's a little canister and you do a teaspoon by the teaspoon. I would say if you have it that way, most likely a teaspoon's worth of probiotics. I like to use 7. There's no rhyme or reason out there, which is nice. And then I'm going to put a tablespoon of water just to get it started. And I'm going to keep adding water a little at a time.
Evelyn, do you use those herbs for any reason?
The herbs are after it's cultured and ready. I mix in herbs afterward.
Okay.
So this is the very last step. You just keep adding water as you're going, and you want the consistency of like a cream cheese. Okay, so this is kind of the texture that you want to have. If you look, it looks very creamy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
See? So, that's it. What I'm going to do is, as neatly as possible, grab a wooden spoon, and, oh, see, this looks great. Oh, I can't wait. So, and that way, that's why you use the strainer bag. You don't have to. You can put it in a cheesecloth if you like. You can use a mesh strainer as well. Actually, what I do is I double, just because to keep it off of the bag, off of the bottom of the bowl, and actually keep it in there. See, this one's a little wet. So I'll use a mesh strainer and do it that way. And then just try to neatly, you're going to get the cheese, and it's going to, when you're leaving it out to ferment, like these little spots are going to get brown. That's okay. It's just, it's just that it's been out. So, you give it a good squeeze. So that's pretty solid. So then I leave it like this. A towel over it. Let's say something like this. And then just leave it like this in a corner somewhere overnight. And then what you get, like this. I'll add the dill to this one.
So I have a question. Is the consistency after the fermentation, is it noticeably drier than when you started?
Here's if you can see me mashing it, it's more set, I guess you can say. Yeah. Your cashew cheese with dill. Voila.